Son. God is God. He can do, he does do anything he want to do, when he wants to do, and how he wants to do it. I mean, the quicker we understand that, the better off we'll be. Because we need to recognize him as supreme. There's nothing that is close to him. There's nothing like him. He is in a spectrum by himself. And I'll prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you. Now let's go a little further. Let's look at let's read on down to verse 8. He says, and he took buttered milk and whatnot, a calf, and he dressed it and whatnot. And then he made this meal for the Most High. Now let's jump on down here to verse 14. He said, is anything too hard for the Lord? At the time appointed, I will return unto thee according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. Then Sarah denied, saying, I laugh not, for she was afraid. And he said, nay, but thou didst laugh. And the men rose up from hence and looked towards Sodom. And Abram went with them to bring them in the way. Now, to prove to you guys that this is the Most High here, look what it says. And the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do? Huh? I said, did you hear what he just said? This is the Most High. This is not some little random whatnot. This is God himself. But over in the New Testament, he got to come through woman. He got to grow up, and he got to go in the temple and teach, and this and that. No. They got it twisted. God don't work like that. I just showed you God showed up without announcing, I'm coming. I just show up. But over here, all the trumpets had to blow. She was with child, and all the wise men and all the angels, and but they carried on this big supposedly now. They carried on this big party, of celebration of bringing him into the world and this and that. How fucking stupid is that? That's not God's way. God just shows up. God doesn't need all this other bullshit, the humbug, all that bullshit about, I'm coming. No. I'm here. I'm in time, out of time. I do what I want to do. Nobody can stop me. Now, let's go a little further here. We're here in Genesis 18. Let's look at verse 22 on down to 26. Look what it says. It says, and the men turned their faces from hence and went toward Sodom. But Abraham stood yet before the Lord. That's God. That's God Abraham is dealing with, my sisters and brothers. So we see here, God does not have to go through a woman and be born, and then come into the world and grow up, like we do. I mean, if that's the case, then you putting him on the same level as a man. And that could be further from the truth, my sisters and brothers. I mean, honestly, that couldn't be further from the truth. Now, let's go a little further. Let's look at 26. To prove to you that this is God. He said, and the Lord said, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the places for thy sake. This is God. God saying that if I find 50 in there, I won't destroy it. God is talking that I will destroy this place. Now, my sisters and brothers, you see this thing. I mean, the New Testament is nothing but a bunch of bullshit, something that they threw together, but they didn't realize that one day God had someone that he was going to bring up It's going to expose the New Testament and all the crooked corners and all the crooked roads and all the failures and all the fuck ups that is in it, that is taking our people down a dark path. That somebody was gonna come and straighten that shit out, and that's me. That's me. That's my goal. And my sisters and brothers, I would not stop. I would not stop. Like I said, I'm not taking my foot off the gas ever. You know why? Because you mean too much to me and you mean too much to the Most High. I would never see my people go down a dark path without warning you. I have to. That's my job. Now, let us go to Joel. Joel chapter. Well, I wanted to show you guys another scripture that I had here. Let us look at Job chapter 4. Let's go there. Job chapter 4. Job chapter 4. Let's go there. Job chapter 4. Let's look at verses 13. It says, in thoughts from the vision of the night, when deeply fell upon me, fear came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones to shake. Then a spirit passed before my face. The hair on my flesh stood up. I stood still, but I could not discern the form thereof. An image was before my eyes. There was silence, and I heard a voice saying, shall mortal man be more just than God? See that? See that? Shall a man be more pure than his maker? See, I tell you. See, that's why we need to stay in our place. See, nobody is equal to God. Nobody can. I'm telling you, my sisters and brothers, we need to reverence God because we is nothing to Him. We is nothing. Honestly, I'm telling you, we are like dust. We are nothing when it comes to the Most High. Now look what he says here. He said, behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with what? Folly. No, nobody. Even the angels in heaven, he charged them. They ain't shit. They ain't nothing when it come to me. I keep on telling y'all guys over and over, the Most High, he's supreme by himself. He is in the class by himself. Nobody can be compared to him. Now, look what he says. So he said, how much less in them that dwelleth in houses of clay. Talking about man, whose foundation is in the dust, which are crushed before the mote. They are destroyed from morning to evening. They perish forever without any regard of it. Doeth not their excellency, which is in them, go away? They die even without wisdom. My sisters and brothers, we here LouderMeNoMore.org. We for real. I'm not cutting no corners. I'm not playing no games. My sisters and brothers, my total concern is about my sisters and brothers. That's me. That's me every day. I am trying to figure out, reading, thinking, meditating, thinking about what the Most High has given me to give to my sisters and brothers. Because I know he is dangerous. The things that he did to me, I'm telling you, my sisters and brothers, I am very much afraid of him. I know what he's capable of doing. I know what he would do. If you go back and look at all the old patriots, all the ones that he said he loved, if you see what they went through, you will say, how can you say you love them and then you put them through all the hell? King David, he told Samuel to go down there and anoint him king. Then sent the evil spirit into Saul. Then Saul tried to kill him on 2 occasions. But then turn around and tell him, you the apple of my eye. I know that it's hard to comprehend. Hey, look, I've been dealing with this for a long time. I know what he did to me. My sister and brother. That's why I'm so afraid of him. That's why when I teach sincere. I am not cutting corners. I'm not jacking around. I mean, some may say, well, you use profanity. So what? The Most High, he used dunghill, he used hell, he used damn. I mean, all these words I use also. But does that make the Most High not be the Most High because I use the words that are written in his words? No, he made me this way. I ain't changing nothing. For nobody. I'm not changing nothing. I'm going to bring it to you just like he give it to me. Because I'm sincere. I mean, I have such great love for my people. I have such great love for the Most High. That's why we hear a lot of MeNoMore.org. We're not going to waver. My feet is going to stay on the gas. I ain't slowing down for nothing. But my sisters and brothers, we hear a lot of MeNoMore.org. We wish you have a nice and enjoyable midweek study here with us. And we look to see you on the Sabbath. Until our Sabbath, shalom. Greetings, our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. This is L.D. Smith, the watchman on the wall.
And this is V.C.E. Smith, the rib of the watchman.
All right, my sisters and brothers, we got a fine teaching this afternoon. We are very, very grateful for you guys to allow us to come into your homes on our midweek teaching. Today we're going to expose Jesus, Lucifer, a.k.a., as we have always done in the past. And we're going to show here, we're going to make a platform here, and we're going to show you here that Jesus broke every law of the commandments. Every law that the Most High gave Moses, Jesus broke every one of them. And we're going to prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. All right? Now, for our introduction of Scripture, we're going to be coming from the book of Matthew. Matthew, the 5th chapter. Beginning with verse 17. Let us look here. He said, think not that I come to destroy the law. Mm-hmm. All right? Then he said, or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but fulfill. So in other words, when he fulfilled this thing, he's going to destroy the law and the prophets. What the prophets say. But let me give you something here to look at real quick. Let us look at Matthew chapter 5 here. Let us show you what he said about the prophets. And then we're going to jump back.
Explain to you about what he said, fulfillment. We'll give you a little outline on fulfill.
We're going to jump back and let the real tell you about him fulfilling it, all right? Now, let's look at Matthew 5, chapter 5, verse 43 and 44. Look what it says. It said, ye have heard that it had been said, thou shalt love thy enemy, thou shalt love thy neighbor, and hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemy, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. Now, let us look at something here in verse 43. He says, you have heard that it was said, of who? The prophets. Mm-hmm. The prophets was the one that was explaining the law. So he's identifying here that he's talking about the prophets. So here we see here that he's coming against what the prophets have already said.
That's right.
Of old. Mm-hmm. Now, we're going to let the real here explain to you guys about fulfillment, okay?
All right, Israel. We teach you to get an understanding of words. Get a dictionary, thesaurus, I don't care which one. Dictionaries are pretty good, so use a dictionary. So we got a dictionary out tonight, and we're going to explain to you about the word fulfill.
All right.
Now, Lucifer made it very clear that he didn't come to destroy the law. He came to fulfill the law. Now, a prime example for you, we have an 18-year-old daughter, and she has rules and regulations, which are the commandments of this house. And at dusk, even at 18, she's in school, she lives here, she's to be in this house. On school nights, she is to be in this house.
That's
on
right.
Sabbath, she's in at dusk. So, if that's a law in the Smith house,